Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 1987 Michigan. Qualifying underway for the Golden Eagle 1987 Cup Series. Golden Eagle Syrup in Alabama. Appreciate them helping us out this season. See the 19 of Jeff Price out on track. We also have Trenton Sneed in the 81. Derek Watkins in the 41. Mike Edwards 14. Chris Walsh 18. And what registers is Terry Labonte, but it's Ian Montrose in the 11. Those 6 cars out for qualifying. Trenton Sneed on his official first lap now, off of his warm-up, and started his timed one lap qualifying in this series. Trenton making his way down the backstretch in Michigan. Didn't know 3M was a company in 1987, but there you see it on the wall. Trenton brings it off turn 4, dives it down onto the apron. Across the stripe. Trenton beats out Derek Watkins by 0.003 of a second. Trenton Sneed will sit on pole for now. Looks like Ian Montrose completes his lap. He'll go 3rd fastest. Jeff Price out on his timed lap. Mike Edwards coming to the line in the 14. A 43.060. That'll put him 3rd. Comes Walsh to the line. 42.6. That should put him top of the chart. And then it does. Chris Walsh, top of the board. Here is Price. Making his way down to the apron. Price posts a 42.81. That'll put him in 4th. Mr. Hoytsma, current points leader in the 89. Takes his CTC Racing Labor 12 Pontiac out for a lap. Running it kind of high through 3 and 4, then drops it down. See what kind of speed he's able to pick up. A 42.82. Good enough for 5th best for Hoytsma. John Garrett, the 91 Holly Farms machine. Garrett working his way down the backstretch. Troy Burke, Blake Giglio also out on track on their timed laps. Garrett to the stripe, posts a 42.7. Believe that'll take 2nd, and it does. Giglio to the stripe, 42.67. That'll put him 2nd. Burke's time puts him in the 8th position. Bikey just started his time lap in this Batman machine. That looks kind of awesome. The Batmobile for Brandon Bikey tonight. Bikey comes to the straight. 43.01. Put him in 9th position. That is going to be the rest of our qualifiers. So Chris Walsh picking up the pole here tonight. Daniel Llewellyn just sitting on pit road, doing Daniel Llewellyn things. 11 cars put in an official time. 16 cars in the show tonight. Qualifying going to wrap up here at Michigan, and there we are. Chris Walsh your Golden Eagle 1987 Cup Series pole sitter for tonight's race at Michigan. 50 laps. 50 laps for our main event. Only drivers we can chat with are Price, Snead, and Beach, the Chance 2 team, although looks like Edwards and Garrett have joined in as well. Our closest starter to the front is John Garrett, so let's have a word with him. John, DG, got a copy?
10-4.
Well, you're the closest guy to the front that has a microphone for us to talk to tonight, so how you doing out there in that number 91 Holly Farms machine?
Doing well. Didn't get much practice. Didn't feel fast in practice, but evidently the draft is a big deal because I seem to qualify decent.
10-4. What's the strategy tonight? You got 50 laps out here in Michigan. You think it'll be one stop, two stops? Tires going to play a factor? What are we looking at?
No, we need a stop for fuel. I'm sure tires are a factor. I'll just try to learn from these fast guys here in front of me for a little bit.
10-4. All right, bud. Good luck to you.
All right, appreciate it.
It's John Garrett in the 91 Holly Farms Monte Carlo. It's going to be starting in the third position tonight. Highest up driver we could chat with after qualifying. We are set to roll. Let's run through our starting lineups. You have Chris Walsh starting on pole in the 18 Tide ride. Let's go ahead and get our starting lineup tunes presented by Labor 12. Appreciate them giving us some tunes to listen to. Check out Labor 12 anywhere you get your music. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever. Check them out. Labor 12. It's Labor XII. All right, Chris Walsh on the pole in the Tide Monte Carlo. You have the Rusty's 16 for Blake Giglio. Nice little nod to the Cars movie there. John Garrett. 91 Holly Farms Monte Carlo starts in third. Then you have Trenton Snead in the 81 Trion Technologies Snead Tombstone Game Farming Monte Carlo Pontiac. Weird, right? You have Derek Watkins in the Golden Eagle Syrup Pride of Alabama 41 Monte Carlo, the Rick Mass throwback. Jeff Price, Back Channel Productions number 19 Pontiac starts in the 6th spot. Lucas Hoysma in the CTC Racing Pontiac starts in the 7th spot. Troy Burke, the 47 Monte Carlo, starts in the 8th position. Brendan Bikey in the Batmobile starting in 9th. Mike Edwards, the 14 Cave RP and Fort Worth Screen Printing Toyota starts in 10th.
Sorry about that. My car wouldn't fucking fire. I sat there 3 different times and cycled it. Just wouldn't go.
Not good. Well, Texas Terry, Ian Montrose starts in the Monster Monte Carlo in 11th. Travis Skermetta, CTC Labor 12 Monte Carlo starts in 12th. Andrew Beach, the Dysautonomia Awareness Hellgoat Chevrolet Pontiac starts in 13th. Neo in the Pride of Alabama Golden Eagle Syrup Dodge Buick starts in 14th. Daniel Llewellyn, the Jack Daniels Monte Carlo starts 16th. And Joe Monahan has shown up at the track but is not on the starting grid. If he gets out on track, he will be the 16th starter. 15 out on track at the moment. Chris Walsh, pole sitter here. Let's go ahead and kill off the tunes. Beach did make it off the crapper just in time. Good job, Beach. All right, 50 laps. Should have at least one stop for fuel. If we get yellows, tires could be more of an issue.
I don't know what Neo's doing, but I'm going to get a black flag.
Nobody knows what Neo's doing. Neo's shown 4 seconds behind the field right now. Daniel Llewellyn just, the hell with it, went by him. Pace car heads on off, and here we go. 50 laps from Michigan tonight. Chris Walsh has to wait for the green flag. There it is. Barney gets the green flag out, and we are underway. 15 cars, 50 laps. All these beautiful 1987 cars out there. Walsh and Giglio side by side for the lead. Walsh drifting up the track a bit. Giglio keeping the throttle down, not willing to give up that track position. They're going to be side by side down the backstretch. See Walsh going to enter low, but Giglio already clear. Comes down the track in front of Walsh. Monahan has, meanwhile, gotten onto pit road in the 6 car. So he will be fielding. But he will go a lap down here. Side by side for second now is Walsh. Trenton Snead Sneed running that outside line, the outside, able to keep that momentum up if he can get a good run up there. There you see the Monahan machine down on the inside of the track as the field starts to storm by. White and blue Busch machine keeps it low and out of the way. We go 3 wide. John Garrett to the bottom. Walsh in the middle. Sneed and the 19 of Price up high. Giglio leads. Sneed, Walsh, Price, Watkins, Hoytsma, Garrett, Bikey, Edwards, Burke, your top 10. Now Sneed, Walsh side by side for second. Neither driver wanting to give an inch here. 50 laps, relatively short. But should still see 1 pit stop. Blake Giglio's led them all so far, coming to complete lap 3. See Price getting right up on the back bumper of Walsh, perhaps trying to provide a push draft. Sneed settles into second by himself. Hoytsma now to the inside of Walsh for third. In the front of this field is a whole lot of those Monte Carlos / Pontiacs. I believe Mike Edwards in 8th is the first one not in one of those Monte Carlo Pontiac bodies. Trenton Sneed right on the back bumper of Blake Giglio for the lead as Hoytsma and Walsh continue to battle. Trenton Sneed looking inside Blake Giglio. Not able to quite get his car alongside, but he gave Giglio something to think about there as he went down into 1 and 2. Now the car is mostly single file. Looks like Hoyts was trying to get a run on Sneed here. Hoytsman's going to get that Pontiac nose alongside of Sneed. Walsh trying to offer some draft support to the 18. From the 18 to the 81. A little dyslexic there, sorry. Now Walsh drops to the inside of Sneed as Hoytsma finally clears him. Battle is on for third. Five down, 50 to go. D. Waddy Bama would say that's 10%. Then again, he would say that any lap. Giglio out front by 0.27. Walsh in third, battling to hold off Trenton Sneed. Sneed on that outside. Jeff Price making his way up towards the front in 5th. And you have Bikey, Edwards, and John Garrett. Only car off the lead lap is Monaghan. Wallen and Legger, 23 and 28, are hanging way back in 14th and 15th, 9 and 10 seconds behind the field respectively. Draft is a factor in these cars. You want to try and stay within 1 second of the car in front of you to keep that draft going. Hoytsma is running a little bit higher than Giglio here. We know Hoyt's going to run high in this car, but there he gets into the outside wall coming off turn 2. That's called too high. Hoyt's going to lose his momentum. Walsh going to look to the inside. Hoyts up into the wall again through 3 and 4. That's going to allow Trenton Sneed to try and make the pass. So Hoyts a little too high. Car's built like a tank, just slowed down all of his momentum. I'm sure a car will be fine. He's falling back to the 4th spot. Giglio now enjoys a half-second lead. A little further back, Edwards and Waddy are battling. Both of them looking underneath Bikey. Bikey able to cut off Edwards' momentum. Edwards and Watkins very close together. Goodness gracious. Hey, Nathan, how's it going? 10 months of following. Appreciate it. Watkins falling back a little bit as the battle got really close with Edwards. Now Garrett's up the track. Skermetta's going to look to the middle. Watkins gets by Garrett. Skermetta does the same. Now Skermetta looks in on Watkins. We're doing okay, Nathan. One of my aunts passed away this morning, but other than that, doing the best we can. Giglio half second over Walsh, has 0.6 over Trenton Sneed in third, and then the party begins. Sneed, Hoytsma, Price. Mountain's putting in two hands while he's out there racing. The 14 car. Chatting it up out on track. He's trying to run down Bikey in 6th. Well, the two teammates, Sneed and Price, work together, getting by Hoytsma there. Price all the way up to 3rd. There's two teammates ganging up on Hoytsma, using the draft to work together. Hoytsma can't decide which way he wants to go. I'm sure he realizes the teammates are going to work together. Ian Montrose has hit pit road, number 11. 4 tires down and away from Montrose, so a bit of an interesting call for the 11. According to our reports, looks like he may have smacked the wall on lap 10. Might have been slowing down his car more than he liked. Came to get that repair because the car looks brand new. Giglio still leads. The lead is shrinking a bit as Walsh closing back in. Walsh has over a second on Hoytsma. Hoytsma may be struggling to get the draft off Walsh. I know, I already answered it. Hoytsma back within a second of Chris Walsh. Should help him pick up some draft, as long as he stays out of the wall. Continue to watch this battle. Bunch of smoke there. Troy Burks lost the front end on the 47 on pit road.
That's horrible. Yeah, I hate when we run new setups with the old tracks. It's stupid.
The contact with Derek Watkins.
Setup's not made for bump.
Watkins gets into Burke. Burke slides it down into the grass. Car was still okay, and it looks like maybe the grass steals the bumper off of it. That is weird. Car looked fine. The next thing you know, the front end's missing. Burke gets his pit stop down and away. We'll see where he blends out with Texas Terry in the 11. Bikey battles Price here. Looks like the Second group has lost contact with the front. Hoistman trying to use the momentum he's picking up on Sneed.
Hit it.
Three cars a lap down. Monaghan, Burke, and Labonte. Of course, Labonte is Montrose. Every time I see it, I'm going to read what I see. A lot of these nicknames, part of the fun of the Friday night series. Cheat Codes Hoistma pushing Cheesecake Sneed. Just trying to push him, gain some time up on the front runners.
Don't worry about me, Brandon.
I believe that was Price saying, don't need to watch your mirrors, he's just going to follow. See if they can get that 4-car pack to work together and try to run down the lead duo, but they're losing time. Even Chris Walsh is losing time. Blake Giglio putting it on him right now. Walsh is doing everything he can to try and stay in Giglio's draft and not lose contact. It's like Daniel Llewellyn may have retired the car. I don't see him on track at all. Not even on the pit road. Lucas Hoistman has called it to the pits. CTC Labor 12 machine making its way down to the pit stop. Probably see the left sides and right sides pop up. There's the right. So pit stop's underway. Don't believe Hoistman would come down if it wasn't time yet, since he hadn't hit the wall. Jonathan Legger brings the Golden Eagle Dodge down as well. Walsh still barely within that second, clinging to it. Trenton Sneed now kind of by himself without Hoistman right behind him. A little bit of a gap before you get the Bikey and Price. The top 10 have yet to pit. Get confirmation Daniel Llewellyn has retired the car. Llewellyn will finish 16th tonight. 31 laps to go. Batmobile and Back Channel Productions cars, both black and red. Hoistman on and off pit road in 11th. There he is. Just ahead of Mike Edwards. Edwards on the lead lap in 6th. Hoistman's made his pit stop. He's going to be running quicker times. We'll check him at the line. I know our leaders are running 44 and a halves. Hoistman that lap of 42.8. 1.7 seconds faster. Price and Bikey. Price had said, don't worry about me, Brandon, and now Price is passing him. So much for that, don't worry about me. Moves Price up into Forks, trying to track down his teammate. Cheesecake in 3rd. Meanwhile, Walsh doing a good job hanging on to Giglio's draft. But he's right on the edge of losing it. I think if he loses it and can make it from here, he should probably go ahead and take the pit stop once he loses the draft to try and minimize how much time he loses. Could be a good swing on the strategy side. Not lose that whole 3.5 seconds he has over third place. And he is out of the draft now. This is Lost Blake's draft. He should be dropping back little by little from here. Trenton Sneed will have Lucas Hoisman to draft now too. Trenton tucks in behind the lap machine of Hoisma. Six of Monaghan hits pit road. Brings the Bush machine to the attention of the 6 crew. Dustin, hello sir. Still the top 10 cars yet to come to pit road. Blake Giglio leads by 1 second over Chris Walsh, our pole sitter in the 18. Last night was a rough one. This one's a laid back, easy one. Trenton Sneed riding in third, currently 5 seconds back from race leader Giglio. Walsh coming to pit road. Saw the times changing quickly. That is why Walsh is coming down pit road from second. Pitting with 26 to go. Like John Garrett also coming to pit road. 91 saying it is time, so 8 cars still to pit. Chris Walsh, John Garrett on pit road. Walsh the pole sitter with that number 1 pit stall. John Garrett qualified third, so he'll be 2 spots back. Be able to watch both of them complete their pit service. Should be about 22 seconds. 22.3 for Chris Walsh. John Garrett 15, 16, and 22.4 for John Garrett, so about the same. Garrett down and away. Giglio comes down pit road. He's going to bring the Batmobile too. Although the Batmobile's being a bit blinky. There he is. Brandon Bikey in the 27 hits his pit box. That leaves 6 cars yet to come to pit road. Trenton Sneed takes over the lead. Chris Walsh.
Getting caught, Chris, getting caught.
Said he was getting tight, had to lift.
Sir.
Yeah, I saw a light flash before my eyes. This thing, it felt like it was going to slide right up the track and kill us both.
Hey, Chris, what were your left side?
7682.
76 right front, 82 right rear.
Oh, my left side's 8488.
Escarmeta hitting his box in the Labor 12 Monte Carlo. At least 5 cars yet to pit. Trenton Sneed among them. Blake Giglio in the 16 going to unlap himself. Joins Lucas Hoisma, Chris Walsh, and as the only 3 cars that have gotten back on the lead lap that have pitted. Escarmeta is about to take his lap down. Jonathan Legger back on pit road in the 14 car. Only had a 12-second stop last time he was down. I think he took a fast repair. Trenton leads. Price is 3.5 seconds back in second. Edwards 6 seconds back. He is shown in third. Watkins 2.5 behind Edwards. And here comes John Garrett. Garrett has pitted. He's trying to make his way back up to the leader to get his lap back. Trenton Sneed on pit road in the 81. Looks like he's brought all of the Chance 2 Motorsports cars down. Sneed, Price, and Andrew Beach. That'll leave Watkins and Waddy, the 14 and 41. It's the only two cars that have not come down pit road yet. Edwards lets John Garrett go by. Garrett now back on the lead lap. 10 cars shown on the lead lap. Burke, Skermetta, Montrose 1 lap down. Legger 2 laps down. Monaghan 3 laps down. Edwards in the KVRP Toyota. Out there leading, and Watkins, Golden Eagle Syrup Monte Carlo in second. Not one to brag, but that's a really good looking car. Lucas Hoytsma, first car of the cars that have pitted. In the 3rd spot, Chris Walsh 4th, right behind him. And then not too far behind him, you see the 16 at Giglio. We presume this is the battle for the top 3. Once Waddy and Edwards have to come to pit road. Walsh's tires are about 7 laps fresher than Hoytsma's. This trio works their way past the 11 of Montrose. Walsh gets by Hoytsma, and now Giglio gets clear as well. Now Walsh up to 3rd. Highest of the cars.
Wasn't trying to be a roadblock though.
Giglio wanting to make his way by Walsh. Giglio's got 1 lap fresher tires than Walsh. Walsh our pole sitter here tonight. They go door to door. I have to wonder how long Edwards and Watkins are going to stretch that tank. At this point, they kind of have to stay out there and hope for a caution as long as they can. As clean as this race has been, I don't think we're going to get that caution. Not to jinx it or anything, but I just don't see it happening tonight. 3rd place changing hands back and forth as Giglio and Walsh battle. Walsh going to tuck in line behind Giglio. Meanwhile, Edwards brings the 14 down onto pit road. See some right side damage to the 14. Edwards has made some contact with what would I assume is the wall. Here's Edwards sliding into his blocks. Derek Watkins, the last car to have to pit. See him side by side with Monaghan. Monaghan shown 3 laps down, 15th. As he gets by Watkins, he'll go to 2 laps down. And Watkins peels it down onto the banking. 41 coming to pit road. That will eventually hand the race lead back over to Blake Giglio. To watch Watkins roll across the line. Giglio and Walsh coming across the front stretch. They'll take over the race lead and 2nd place. They've each got about 1.8 seconds over Hoytsma. Hoytsma is with Price, Trent, and Sneed. Price is on Hoytsma's outside going for the 3rd position. Hoytsma going tuck in between them. I'm sure the 2 teammates will work on radio tandem to get it sorted where they can work together. See Price coming down the track to try and give some draft to Trent and Sneed and not help out the 89 of Hoytsma. Trenton drives it in deep. So far able to make it stick. Impressive move there by Trent and Sneed. 11 lap fresher tires probably helped too. Looking at our lap charts, fastest car on the track now is the ones that just pitted. Mike Edwards putting down a 43.2. Watkins hasn't crossed the line yet to show me what he's running. Like Giglio's gotten a little bit of separation from Chris Walsh now. Walsh is falling back in the Tide machine. Just what Giglio likes to see. Get a little separation. Price starting to close in 3rd. It's only 2 seconds back of Giglio. 1.2 behind Walsh. Andrew Beach just got by John Garrett. That was for the 7th spot. Jeff Price, Trenton Sneed, 3rd and 4th. This battle and the Pizza Boy John Garrett battle are the 2 closest on track, so we'll just hop between them a little bit. "12 cars currently on the lead lap. Troy Burke, the last of those. So we work 12 to go. Laps flying by in a hurry here at Michigan. Been green since the drop of the start of the race. Blake Giglio led them all up until the pit sequence. Then shared some lead laps with Mike Edwards. Derek Watkins, I believe, led one across the line in the pit road. Do get 5 bonus points for leading. Another 5 for leading on most laps. Montrose brings the 11 to pit road. Right side's torn up on that Monte Carlo. Blake Giglio out in front. Walsh. It's 1.3 back of Giglio. He has a new problem. Price and Cheesecake are within a second of him. They can smell that draft. Chance 2 cars working together, 3rd and 4th. Trying to run down Walsh in 2nd and leader Giglio. Now 10 to go. Looks like the 11 of Montrose heading back out on track. It's now 2 laps down. Jim Monaghan would be the next one to catch him, but now Montrose has those fresh tires. Should be able to stay ahead of Monaghan. Jonathan Legger 15th, still running. He's actually closing in on Monaghan. Monaghan's right there in front of him, so that's the battle for the 15th and 14th, 14th position. And then Legger gets up and into the outside wall. If you haven't tried to drive one of these cars, they are a handful. I don't know why Price went wee, but apparently got a little out of shape, lost some time, about a second off of his normal pace. He's falling back a ways from Trenton as they were working together. Now Trenton about a full second ahead of his teammate now. Also lost some ground to Walsh and Giglio ahead of them. Jonathan Legger and Monaghan trading the 14th spot. And disappearing. John Garrett in 8th. Travis Skermetta starting to catch him from 9th. Skermetta 2-lap fresher tires. Blake Giglio by 1.2 leads over Chris Walsh. Walsh has a full second on Trenton Sneed in 3rd. Jeff Price is 1.7 back from Trenton. Hoytsman another second back. Hoytsman struggling with those older tires. He's already got 26 laps on this set, still got another 6 laps to go. The Batmobile, Brandon Bikey, rides in the 6th spot. I think that's a really cool looking car. Andrew Beach riding in 7th. This Autonomia Awareness Monte Carlo in the 7th position. John Garrett, Holly Farms Monte Carlo is 8th. Travis Skermetta, Michael Edwards, and Derek Watkins all in a little 3-car battle here. 9th, 10th, and 11th. Edwards on that fresher rubber. Drives by both of them. He's going to set sail after John Garrett. Watkins also on really fresh rubber, so he should be able to get by Skermetta also. Watkins up into the top 10, following Edwards. John Garrett be the next one that duo catches. Garrett currently about 3/10 ahead. There's Edwards. It's not very far. 5 to go. Blake Giglio
Oh, that was terrible.
currently on cruise control. Price is falling back to Hoytsman now. Sprint Car NASCAR Kid, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a delightful Friday. So Hoytsman rebounds to the 4th spot here. Giglio still leads by a full second over Walsh. Walsh, man. Cheesecake in third, Trenton Sneed. Closing in on 2 to go. Giglio brings his Rusty's Monte Carlo across the line. 2 laps remain from Michigan. Other than the pit cycle, Giglio has led them all. Walsh, our pole sitter, second. Trenton Sneed third. Lucas Weitzman fourth. Just Price in fifth. Batmobile Brandon Bikey sixth. Andrew Beach seventh. Derek Watkins Scotton by Edwards. He's now 8th. Edwards 9th. John Garrett 10th. Travis Skermetta 11th. Troy Burke on the lead lap in 12th. Terry Labonte is Ian Montrose in 13th. Jonathan Legger 14th. And Joe Monaghan in 15th position. You're Sean Powell 2 on the sim. Nice to meet you. I am DG Swiss on the sim. White flag in the air for Blake Giglio. One final time around, the yellow flag will not fly in this race. 50 laps caution free. You love to see it. Giglio works down the backstretch at Michigan. Enters down low into 3 and 4.
Good win, Blake. That was a lot of fun, guys. I also wish this was a new track, but it was still fun.
And Blake Giglio picks up the win there. Chris Walsh bringing home second.
Good job.
Trenton Sneed grabs third. Hoytsma fourth. Price fifth.
Good race, guys.
Bikey grabs sixth.
Damn, Waddy, I thought you were going to get me right there. That scared the shit out of me. I look back, I see a 2-second gap, and then I look back again, and it's a half fucking second.
Andrew Beach gets 7th over
2
Watkins.
watermelon penalties.
Edwards in 9th.
Hey, Michael, I like it bacon.
We had to try something.
All right, if we can get our top 3 to the interview room, please. And thank you, Trenton Sneed, Chris Walsh, and our winner, Blake Giglio. I'm just going to bring Trenton up here. Trenton, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you brought it home in the 3rd spot tonight. How did it feel out there?
Tight.
Well, yeah, it is big, heavy, high-powered, doesn't turn well stock car on an old, worn-out track.
Yeah, I just hindsight 2020. I wish Jeff and I would have hit a lap earlier. I think we would have had the lead and been able to hold everyone off.
Could have, should have, would have, but you didn't, unfortunately.
Best story of my life.
10-4. Well, you got those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs to give to us tonight?
Extreme Chance 2 Motorsports. Cliff, Beach, and I side, we were going to merge everything, so everyone on his side, obviously Beach, Jeff, and Harry, Back Channel Productions, Trian Technologies, go trianusa.com if you want video surveillance or access control. Sneed Tombstone Game Farm, FML STC Imperium Racing, BCR Sim Products, and you for broadcasting, and D-Waddy for putting this thing on.
10-4, short, sweet, and simple. We appreciate you. Got to tell you, Red Cells in the chat saying, good job, Trenton.
I got the flu, so
Still?
that's all I got. Yeah, and it looks like it's turning into pneumonia with my luck.
Oh, Lord. All right, well, get well soon, buddy.
I probably won't, but I'll try it anyway.
Yeah, well, do it because I said so.
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right, bud, take care. That is Trenton Sneed finishing 3rd in the 81 tonight. Let's go ahead and grab our pole sitter, the 18 of Chris Walsh. If it'll let me drag him. There we go. Chris, DG, you got the copy?
Yeah, I got you, DG. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. You sat on the pole tonight, ran some really strong laps, and brought it home in 2nd, not too far off the back bumper of Blake Giglio. How did that feel out there tonight?
Yeah, I felt real good. I did a race here last week on the official, and had a win there and a couple good finishes in other races. So I knew the track, knew the car. I was pretty confident going tonight to be able to get a top 5. So much fun running with these guys. They're fast guys. I couldn't catch Blake there. I tried to go in lap before him there and try to get out as much as I could in front of him, but yeah, he's fast. So, but that was a pile of fun.
10-4. Looked like a blast out there. You got the friends, family, and some sponsor shout-outs to give out to us tonight.
Yeah, shout out to a couple of buddies that are in this race too. There, Troy and Joe. We love running this league. You guys do such an amazing job, and run a couple super lates, but a lot of work put in by you and your whole team there putting this league together. And I just want to thank you and your broadcast and everything so much for hosting it there. It's a pile of fun. I love these cars, and this league is awesome.
10-4. Well, appreciate you bringing your buddies over, and hopefully you got some more buddies to bring over. We love to have a big full field of these because this series is a whole heck of a lot of fun. We appreciate you running with us, and yeah, thanks, and appreciate you being with us as we said, and congrats on the second place finish.
Yep, thanks, DG.
Chris Walsh getting the second spot tonight. Now we go bring in the 16 of Blake Giglio picking up the win tonight. Blake, DG, you got a copy?
Yo.
Well, sir, it looked like you led just about every lap other than the pit cycle and didn't really have a whole lot of challenge, but how did it feel out there?
Felt pretty good. I got a little nervous when up coming to pit road there in our stop. Somehow we kept it somewhat straight. That was pretty crazy. If you haven't looked at that, you might want to look at that because that was definitely almost it. I spun out and we kept it going and be able to get a good stop, get in and out, and be able to still contend for the win.
Did not see that, so we'll have to go back and check that out later. But apparently getting on pit road was a bit of a trick then.
Yeah, I set it in really hard. I lowered my brake bias all the way as it could go, and I kind of forgot about it. So I drove it in pit road, and it just spun out. So
I'm going to try to find it right now.
Yeah, I think I pit on it. It was like 25.
25, yeah. I got to the 2x from it, so it was able to show me where it happens. See you. It shows you on the whole lap earlier. What the heck? Thanks for nothing, iRacing. Well, while we're watching your car go around and waiting for the entertainment to happen, you got any friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for us tonight?
Yeah, shout out to you for broadcasting. Shout out to Travis for Ross Chastaining 3 and 4 there. I told him, I said, you can try it, right? I mean, it might work, might not, and I think it worked, right? I don't know if he got a spot or not, but it was probably fun to watch. And shout out to CC Racing, Lodegi Sports. Yeah, just everything that everyone does, and looks like every week.
10-4, and looks like Rusty's and Kachow.
Yeah, this paint scheme was probably like, it was right when I joined. Mike Chris made it for me, and I decided to whip this thing back out, and we got our EXT Racing back on the car. And
Old school.
I know, it was kind of fit the night.
10-4. Well, we couldn't see your incident, but I'm going to trust you that it was interesting. We'll go back and find it when I can use the correct controls and ATVO doesn't do weird things. But we appreciate you running with us, buddy. Congrats on the victory tonight, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yep, thank you.
Blake Giglio in the 16 picking up the W tonight. Let's go ahead and look at our final results from Michigan here. We have Giglio with the win, Walsh and Trenton Sneed, your top three. Hoytsma, Price, Bikey, Andrew Beach, Derek Watkins, Mike Edwards, and Travis Skermetta getting the top 10s. Page 2, John Garrett, Troy Burke, Terry Labonte is Ian Montrose, Neo is Jonathan Legger, and Joe Monahan, Daniel Llewellyn. Did not actually finish the race, but he did start it, so he'll get credit for 16th. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We have to say this has been iRacing.com. Head on over there, pick up this track, these cars, and subscription. Come race with us. We'd love to have you. DGSRacing.com. Click on the big red snake. That'll get you to our Discord where you can sign up to run any of our 9 different series. I paused for a hydration break there because I was thirsty. Friday Fun Night is not met for the goal, so we will not be racing Friday Fun Night tonight. Hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful evening, and we will see you in the next race. Thank you so much for being part of our community, and we love you.